And welcome, my friends, to Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways ASMR. After completing the main campaign and story mode of Resident Evil 4 ASMR, we still have a lot of things to wrap up. Now, we have a new game mode called Separate Ways, a solo adventure starring Ada Wong, and everything she was getting up to in the background as Leon continued his quest to rescue Ashley. This will dive more into the story of Ada and why she is there, so sit back and relax as we begin Resident Evil 4 ASMR in ASMR.
The only reason I've taken on this mission is to get closer to my own objective. No matter what happens, I can't let anyone figure that out. Of course, hiding in the shadows isn't my style. I'll have to reveal myself to him and offer advice once in a while.
So I see you've managed to arrive at the village on time.
Yes, but nobody remembered to roll out my red carpet.
The villagers there are all being controlled. They automatically attack any intruders. Ring the church bell. That should quiet them down for a while.
Sounds like they're good, obedient boys and girls.
Unfortunately, time is not a luxury we have. Gather as much information as you can about the parasites and finish off this little tour.
Chapter 1. Objective: Ring the church bell. This is where Separate Ways explains a lot of the lore and background of the main story of Resident Evil 4. Why did that church bell mysteriously ring in the main story? It's because we are setting out as Ada to do so. We see some familiar faces. Leon is fighting in this village right now, but he simply hasn't bumped into Ada yet. And another familiar face. Ada's boss, Albert Wesker, the mastermind and antagonist of the entire Resident Evil series. This opens up a world of possibilities, this new game mode. We are playing as an entirely new character. Ada plays completely differently from Leon. She starts out with a powerful pistol, a blacktail, right out of the gate, which is good because that was the final choice of pistol we used in the main story. You can hear Leon fighting in the background, a great touch. A shotgun. I'd better leave this for Leon. That's very kind of you, Ada. Leon's definitely going to appreciate that. That shotgun's going to serve him very well. Sadler, the leader of the Los Illuminados, The bed is covered in stains. I certainly wouldn't let filth like that touch my skin. I get the feeling Ada's more dignified than that. But she's also a woman of action, excuse me. Even in a red dress, willing to jump through a window. Despite her beautiful appearance, she's an action-oriented character, with her own style that separates herself from Leon. Speaking of which, there he is. Leon just missed Ada there. But you can hear the chainsaw ganado, Dr. Salvador, in the background. Hopefully Leon picks up that shotgun. It should aid him in his quest. Before we ring the church bell, we're going to explore this area and grab as much goodies as we can. Every bit of healing items and ammunition will greatly help us in our own mission to ring the church bell, break the lock in this door rather than wasting ammo shooting it. An elegant mask. We can use this later on. Now let's look in Ada's inventory. She has her own shotgun, so it would have been greedy to take two. She has a pump-action shotgun here. Ada fires guns in a different style than Leon, but she's just as capable in battle. Let the enemy come to us. The shotgun being very effective in spreading damage across a wide area with high damage. A chicken left something shiny up there on that roof. Now, how do we get to the roof? This is where Ada's unique trait comes into play. You saw her in the cutscene, using her very useful grappling hook. This is a unique element added to Separate Ways, where we will use Ada's grappling hook to reach hidden treasures and key items we need to accomplish our mission objectives. Until we ring the church bell, these ganados are just going to spawn infinitely, so we don't want to stick around too long. Enough to earn money and ammunition, but not so much that we deplete it all. You can hear Dr. Salvador in the background. Leon's fighting them off as well. It adds a nice touch to the main story of Resident Evil 4 that while you're playing this gameplay section as Leon, Ada's hiding around, infiltrating the area, secretly assisting him. Ada and Leon have quite a history together, and quite a bit of romantic tension, if you couldn't tell from the main campaign. Leon and Ada look out for each other, and it's evident even here, leaving the shotgun for Leon just to protect him. And it served Leon very well in the main campaign, until we eventually upgraded to our trusty riot gun. This is why we don't want to stick around too long in the village. We will make money for destroying ganados, but also we will deplete our ammunition eventually. So get as much rewards as we possibly can, and then leave. Otherwise, things like this can happen. We can become overwhelmed. The ganados aren't the strongest of enemies, but they can mean trouble in large numbers. We'll need this cash for later. The target of my mission, Sadler. Reload the blacktail. Red medicine. At this stage early in the game, the blacktail would be absolutely broken. But here, Ada gets it right out of the gate. This does come with some trade-offs though. Also, since we are starting a new story mode with Ada, we do not have maximum HP like Leon did. just like at the start of his adventure, he had to gradually increase his maximum health through yellow medicine. So, we're going to do so right now. Ada's maximum health slightly goes up, a reward for exploring the area. Let's climb up here, see if there's any rewards. A lookout point. Shotgun shells, very nice. Luckily, we were invincible during that falling animation. Also, Ada possesses her own knife, which will come in very handy in certain situations. Now, there is more treasure around here. Handgun ammo. Do our best not to be overwhelmed. The game is great, both in the main story and separate ways, at rewarding you for exploring areas and looking in spots that you might have easily missed. And I'm going to do that as much as possible when I'm recording this for you all, in an ASMR format. So I hope you enjoy. For I'm not going to break this section of the game into chapters. The entirety of Separate Ways ASMR will be completed in a single video, no matter how long it takes. We have 5 chapters of Separate Ways to go through. We're 10 minutes in, and we're on chapter 1, so I hope you enjoy Ada's solo adventure in Separate Ways ASMR. A violent, bloody adventure. So hopefully that's your thing. Okay, let's not get too greedy now. Let's head for the item that the chicken left on the roof. Save some ammunition by using the knife. That's a good stash of cash. There's Leon over there. To think, if he just looked to his right, he could have seen Ada earlier in the game than intended. That's a great touch, though. Using Ada's grappling gun, we get the insignia key. Jump off the roof. Let's head for the church. Use the key. And here's another familiar face. Our friend, the merchant. It's good to see him again. Chicken egg.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
I'm not open yet, as you can see. I don't have my blue torches set up, stranger. I suppose the customer comes first. Sell me some treasure and buy some weapons.
What are you selling?
What are you selling, mate?
Is that all, stranger? Thank you. What are you buying?
Now, we've got multiple items here. We can get a treasure map for Mission 1, a medium attaché case, the TMP, a semi-auto rifle, a scope for the semi-auto rifle, and first aid spray. First order of business, I'm bringing in my friend, the TMP, my favorite gun in the game. It's great that both Ada and Leon get to use it. It's a completely invaluable tool. I love using this gun. It's basically the perfect design of a weapon in a game to me. It looks cool, it's practical, and it just makes your journey so much more fun. That is the embodiment of perfect weapon design for me in games. Looks cool, feels cool, it's fun to use, and it's practical. So it's the first weapon we're buying in Separate Ways ASMR.
Thank you.
We need more cash to afford even greater luxuries, such as the semi-auto rifle. The semi-auto rifle and the TMP are two of the greatest weapons in Resident Evil 4, among the highest tier of weapons in my opinion. But that's the great thing about Resident Evil 4. Any weapon build you choose is viable, so long as you put care into how you invest and use these weapons strategically. Green medicine. Over time, we will upgrade Ada's attaché case so that we get more weapon space to carry more ammunition, healing items, and weapons. A green gem. That will come in useful later if we bump into the merchant again. With being surrounded, perfect chance to use the TMP. Great thing about the TMP, even though it does great damage, you don't need to worry about being so accurate. If you can just barrage the enemy with bullets, it doesn't matter if you hit them in the head or the leg. If you hit them with 10 bullets at a time, it's going to add up. So, a weapon with a low attack power becomes a great attack power due to the rate of fire. One bullet might not do a lot of damage, but 100, death by 1,000 cuts, if you will. Also, when you tend to get TMP ammunition, whoa, fancy moves from Ada there. I'm a big fan of the fan kick. Every now and then look out for birds' nests. Crows are notorious for stealing shiny things and keeping them in their nests. This is where the TMP is really showing its practicality. Great for quickly dispersing of enemies at a high rate. Also because it uses so many bullets, you can get a lot out of it before you need to reload. Now the trade-off is, in separate ways, you do not get to upgrade your weapons. Once you've bought the weapon, that's as strong as it's going to be for the rest of the game mode. But Ada gets access to the Blacktail, my final choice of pistol in the main story, the semi-auto rifle, my final choice of rifle in the main story, and the TMP, my favorite choice of weapon pretty much in the game. We obtained another gem. We can attach that to the elegant mask later on to increase its value when we sell it to our friend the merchant. We just need to find one more gem to complete it. So now we're at the church. We need to ring the bell to trigger the storyline event where Leon survives the village and the villagers go away. So to think behind the scenes while Leon is doing his main story, Ada is helping in the background. Says a lot about their relationship. Always looking out for one another. We need to find the insignia to open the church door. Let's go down this way. Banished to the Shadow Realm. We've got the TMP and the Blacktail, two weapons with fantastic rates of fire. So even though they appear to be kind of weak, piling up so much damage really adds up. Very efficient weapon to have. And I think we're going to discover just how useful it has to be. Check out this situation that's about to occur. Let's reload and be prepared. Let's go. A chainsaw ganado. A female. One of the Bella sisters. Functions identical to Dr. Salvador. Pile on the damage. Keep them on the ground where they can't swing their chainsaw. The chainsaw ganado is a fearsome enemy that can kill even Ada or Leon, or any character for that matter, in a single hit. It only takes one hit kill your character, but they can only do it in melee range, so don't let that happen. By laying down suppressing fire with the TMP, we are rewarded for 3,000 pesetas. Keep calm under pressure and apply offense to your opponents. We obtain the green cat's eye, which is normally a nice little treasure you can attach to the beer stein in the main story. But we got the music that indicated it's an important item. In this instance, the green cat's eye is required to continue the story, and you'll find out why in a moment. So we have a brief rest from a chainsaw ganado and a swarm of regular ganados. We need to go into this area. Check this out. A puzzle. 3 family insignias of the dead ringers. If I remember how this puzzle functions from the main story, we need to make sure 3 insignias are highlighted. No more, no less. You can only turn the dial in 3 or 4 increments. Just give me a moment to remember this. How's this puzzle work again? Keep turning it to the right. I might be here for a while. Please remain patient. I'll figure this out. The 3 dead ringers, so it's going to be... right, so it's 3 specific logos. So I just have to count in my head between 3 and 4. And then we can cancel that one out. We need to make sure it's no more or no less than 3 symbols. If we make this 4. In setting up one symbol, you are deactivating another. Don't worry, we'll solve this puzzle. Just leave me with a little bit of time here. I'm working a little bit in reverse here, but it should work. And correct that. There we go. Alakazam. We got the round insignia. Oh, 2 ganados here, barring our exit. Solid DPS with a blacktail should make quick work of them. And so can a fan kick. Very effective melee move from Ada. Just because she's smaller in build than Leon doesn't mean she's not capable in melee combat. She just has a bit more flashy, acrobatic appeal when she does it. Unless something is set in the mechanism, the bars won't open. Well, we do have something we can put in here. The green cat's eye has scratches on it that suggest it's been placed in some mechanism. That's a great touch. This explains how in the main story, Leon comes here solving that puzzle, and was rewarded with the green cat's eye. Ada left it for him. More ganados. We've still got TMP ammo. Let's use it. Damn it! That wasn't very nice. So I won't be then. An incendiary grenade will slow them down. Not the most powerful of weapons, but great at suppressing the foes with flames. So you do need to be cautious at this early stage of Separate Ways, as Ada doesn't quite yet have the HP that Leon has by the endgame, but that's part of the journey. Growing from a character that can't take more than a few hits into one that can take a lot of them, and dish out serious damage as your arsenal of weapons improves. Use the round insignia. We're in the church now. Seems we disturbed a sermon. Very tense music. We need to clear this area. Eliminate all hostiles, while still exploring and finding rewards. Such as this, the purple gem. Now we can complete the elegant mask. Later on, we'll sell this to the merchant. We can use that money to buy perhaps a new weapon or an attaché case. It's a beautiful, elegant mask, with its maximum value reached. Over 30,000 pesetas and an elegant mask. We've done enough exploration now. Let's ring the church bell. As Albert Wesker says, that should slow them down for a while. Ada, retrieve the sample. Ada can hear someone whimpering on the other side. Great attention to detail. That's where Ashley's being held. But that's not Ada's objective. She's working for Albert Wesker. He could care less what happens to the president's daughter. He's more concerned with obtaining the Plugger's sample for his own nefarious ends. In Separate Ways, we'll go more into Ada's personality, how she interacts with Albert Wesker, Leon, and other characters, while offering you a fresh gameplay perspective of Resident Evil 4 ASMR. And hopefully this video is one you'll enjoy. It's great to think of it. When this game was released at the time, this extra mode would now be pretty much considered DLC. You'd download the ability to play a game mode like this, but in the original release, this is just included with the game, which is a great way to expand the lifespan of a video game. We have to combine these colors to make an upside-down Los Illuminados symbol. Alright, give me a moment just to process the colors. So, if I look... Because if you mix red and blue, you will get purple. And then, if you mix blue and green and red, and so forth, you will get different colors. So we need to match the colors to make an upside-down Illuminados logo. Let me process this. Just give me a moment. Rotate this one to the left, blue to the bottom, and green. Combine that. Excellent. We've sealed the path to Ashley and flipped the logo upside down. But look what happens.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Classic Leon saying silly stuff in crisis situations. Welcome to Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways ASMR.
So far, Desmond Sadler's cult is known as Los Illuminados. They've resurrected some sort of parasitic organism they call Las Plagas. That's all my organization knows for sure, though Sadler's occult activities seem worthy of investigation. The Salazar family, Castellans for generations, possessed the ability to control Las Plagas. The organization's hypothesis is that a unique frequency of sonic wave, sensed only by the parasites, is used to control them. The same principle used in dog whistles. This was inferred through the analysis of a tissue sample we retrieved. The tissue contained an organ presumably used for sensing sound waves. I've seen cult members carrying ceremonial rods, and I wonder if they emit these sounds. Of course, this is purely theoretical. The organization needs samples of the parasite to confirm or disprove these theories. That is the main objective of my mission, and the only way to prove my loyalty to the organization. The opening moves in this chess game have been played. There's no turning back now.
That has been Ada's report number 1. These are great little additions to the game that help flesh out the story more. Given that we're now playing as Ada, Ada has intel that Leon doesn't, giving you an understanding of how the Las Plagas is able to infect the villagers, and how Sadler and his cult members are able to control these innocent people, to turn them into mindless, controlled monsters. And also, some insight into Ada's story, and the part she has to play in all this. And now let us begin Separate Ways ASMR, Chapter 2. Our story is just beginning with Ada. Please enjoy as we continue. Chapter 2. Get comfortable and enjoy, my friends.
We have an irregularity. The researcher we planted has been discovered by the Illuminados.
You must be talking about that vagrant Spaniard. So where is he now?
He's held captive in an abandoned house located northeast of the village. Until he recovers the sample, we can't let him die.
You don't need to remind me. Luis Serra. And I thought I was high maintenance.
Chapter 2, Mission Objective. Rescue Luis Serra. Now we get to see Ada interact with Luis. You can see this map area. We are still in the village area. So we're in familiar territory, with a different take on it. Our friend the merchant quietly sitting there, ready to sell us some goods. Before we do, let's explore the back of this house first. Looking for anything that could be easy to miss, such as this. Could probably climb down through here. But I have to take care of Mr. Cool first. Ada has some choice words for Luis. Something tells me that womanizing attitude doesn't sit right with Ada. I think Ada's tastes are more in a silly kind of man who can keep us calm under pressure. I wonder who that could be. Who could I be implying? Protect this treasure from getting filthy. To increase its maximum value and sell to our friend, the merchant, who's sitting in that house over there. We have a lot of pesetas from taking down quite a big number of enemies in the village section, and we have treasures to sell. This will allow us to expand our arsenal of weaponry even further. Maximizing our efficiency, excuse me.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you selling?
It's good to see you, lady stranger. Got stuff to sell, mate.
Thank you. I'll buy it at a high price. Thank you. What are you buying?
Mission 2 treasure map, medium attaché case, or a rifle. Well, what shall I buy?
Is that all, stranger?
First order of business, increase the attaché case size.
Thank you.
Should we have enough for the rifle?
Come back any
Not
time.
yet. Unless... Let's rearrange our inventory first. One of the biggest priorities I tend to make when I play Resident Evil 4 is I buy the attaché case upgrades first. Because it means you can carry more ammunition, weapons, etc. But it also means you can carry more stuff if you need to get an extra bit of change to sell to the merchant. It can be the difference between buying an upgrade a little bit earlier than you should. And also, just got to make that case aesthetically pleasing now, haven't we? We've almost got enough for a semi-auto rifle. We also bought the Mission 2 treasure map. So since we're now in a bigger area, we can now locate valuable treasures directly on the map thanks to the merchant. 300 pesetas, we could buy a rifle.
Is that all?
We can sell the humble chicken egg, and we have exactly what we need to buy a rifle. The semi-auto rifle is in a pretty improved state from when Leon first buys it. So, immediately the semi-auto rifle is extremely viable as a weapon. It takes a little bit of getting used to in the early stages, but Ada already has it significantly upgraded. Semi-auto rifle is one of the best weapons in the entirety of Resident Evil 4. It combines everything you could ever need. It's got a good fire rate, fantastic damage, and it's incredibly accurate. It's everything you could ask for in a rifle, really.
Thank you.
One of the hardest hitting weapons in the game, if you know how to use it correctly. There's some interesting books here. I'd like to browse through them, but I need to find that Spaniard first. Seems like Ada's keen on reading. She seems like the more cultured type. But she's not so above it all. First table I've seen that's not covered in filth. Ganato. He's durable, we'll give him that much. $250 pesetas, not much, but hey, it helps. A hand grenade. I like to keep hand grenades out in the open as well and easily... Whoop. What's this? A gold chicken egg. Fantastic. The gold chicken egg, while seeming like just a novelty item, actually is very useful. You can use it to instantly recover all your health. Or, for comedy value, you can throw it at enemies. But what I'm going to use it for is either for recovering my health or selling it to the merchant for a nice price. Whoa, didn't mean to disturb you there. That encounter raises a lot of questions. The toilet is filthy. The concept of hygiene is lost in these villages. I'm more interested to know, Why is there only a urinal in this house? That raises more questions than I want answered, really. They need more gender-diverse toilets. Now, the perfect opportunity to test out our new semi-auto rifle. Ada looks beautiful wielding it. She holds it with a kind of sense of grace, doesn't she? And deadly efficiency. A chainsaw ganado. But Leon never had this weapon this early in the game. He had to use the bolt-action rifle, which increased the sense of danger, because the bolt-action rifle has a significant reload. With the semi-auto rifle, we don't need to worry about that. Normally, we don't let Dr. Salvador get very close to us. In this instance, we have the raw firepower to let him get as close as possible to maximize our weapon spread and damage. With Leon's early weapons, they take a while to get some momentum going, but even his starting pistol is a viable weapon in the late game. You just need to invest wisely in your upgrades. But here, Ada has got instantly viable weapons as soon as they are purchased. A TMP, a semi-auto rifle, and a blacktail. In terms of the weapon types we've been presented so far, it's exactly what we need. Of course, Ada is going to get access to some weapons that even Leon doesn't, and you'll find them later on in Separate Ways ASMR. We'll continue to clear this path. Time to go sniping. The advantage of using a sniper rifle against enemies wielding improvised weaponry such as pitchforks and sickles. They need to get close to damage you with them, unless they throw them at you. So, distance is key to survival, especially with a weapon as powerful as the semi-auto rifle. Need to watch out though. You need to make sure you always have ammunition when you need it. So we're back in the village area. We can keep exploring here to see more treasures. Maybe we can buy a scope for the semi-auto rifle at some point. I feel confident enough in my skills using it that I don't need it, but it's an extra bonus. Gives you that little bit extra range if you need it. Because Ada rang the church bell, you can see this area is deserted now, which greatly helped out Leon. The door won't open. It's locked. I wonder who could have closed this behind me. Well, we know the answer to that. You can see Ada having an effect on Leon's story, but also during Separate Ways you can see the effect Leon has on Ada's story. The entire time Ada's doing stuff here, Leon's still in his own mission to rescue Ashley. So you'll see the aftermath of Leon taking out Ganados and also solving puzzles. So some areas will become blocked off to Ada, and vice versa. Due to Ada accessing areas, Leon will be unable to access some places. It really fleshes out this world of Resident Evil 4 ASMR. Gives you this sense that even in this village area, a lot is going on at once. We have Ashley around here somewhere. Maybe Leon's rescued her at this point. Luis is somewhere, our main objective. Sadler and other characters mysteriously lurking in the background. Keep clearing this area. I like how Leon fights with straightforward moves. So he uses things like sweep kicks, and then a little bit of a pro wrestler in him, he'll use a suplex. Like a Northern Lights suplex style. Ada uses more acrobatic moves like fan kicks. You know, like backflips, acrobatic stuff like that. Really helps flesh out these characters and their differences. And eventually, when we get to a different game mode altogether after clearing separate ways, you'll get to see even greater differences in characters, as we'll be able to play as characters besides Ada in that game mode. Really helps all these characters stand out. They're not just palette swaps of each other. Ada handles differently to Leon. You can feel it when you play the game. It's a similar control scheme, but they behave differently, helping to flesh out their personality and character. Make them feel unique. Ada's a real professional. Going in with the right equipment, the right intel right out of the gate. This allows us to go through areas that Leon initially struggles with a bit, but he overcomes the odds, and eventually his arsenal becomes completely OP by the end of the game. Ada will have her own bag of tricks that she'll be able to use as this adventure continues. Can see an item up there. Something Leon probably wouldn't be able to reach, but Ada won't have that problem with her reliable grappling gun. Great function about sniper rifles in games. Their scope itself is a valuable tool. Even if you don't fire the weapon, being able to observe enemies at a distance is very useful. Even in a game where they just give you a pair of binoculars, the binoculars alone can be very useful. In this instance, we're just using the rifle as a means of using a monocular. Observe from the distance, planning our attack and defense. I would have attacked those enemies right now, but I didn't want to hurt the cow that was next to them. Pile of bodies. I don't want to harm the animals. They're too close to that cow. I want to leave Miss Daisy alone. We'll escape to safety for now. Grab this item up here. Something we can sell to the merchant. And from a safe distance, we can start picking off the enemies one by one, reducing their numbers. And of course, leaving the cow happy to graze on the grass. Moo. Moo, bitch. Get out of the way. That sufficiently clears this area. It's good to know you're safe. And the chickens, too. Innocent bystanders, they don't deserve to be harmed. It really adds to the tragedy of the story of Resident Evil 4 as well. We got to see in the ending credits of the main story that these were just happy villagers in a small isolated village in Spain. You saw some of them playing guitar, just having an ordinary life, to see them reduced to these raving, parasitical, lunatic monsters adds that layer of tragedy to the story. It's easy to look at it and make fun of it. It's like, oh, here's these angry Spaniards with parasites coming to mess up Ada or Leon. But they only became that way because of the Los Illuminados, and a constant reminder of why they are a threat to the world that needs to be stopped. And the fact that they're looking after livestock, it really shows you how simple and innocent their life was before all of this happened. A gold bangle, very valuable. You can see the appeal of something like that, farm life. Being in the middle of nowhere, but it's peaceful. You just got work, you've got your family, you've got basically whatever you take out of it. Unfortunately, we have to take these ganados down, but it's a mercy. At this stage, the parasites have entered an adult stage. There's no way to cure them at this point, so we are granting them a mercy by taking them out. 50 pesetas. That's probably the smallest amount we've ever picked up from a treasure chest. But hey, it's still free cash. Bear traps. Let's not waste some bullets shooting them. We can deactivate them with the knife. Just in case we come back here and stumble onto them by forgetting. How many people have played Resident Evil 4 and forgotten where a trap was and just ran right into it? I admit I've done that a few times. More than I care to admit. An ambush up on the bridge. But this is why we have our semi-auto rifle, to make it significantly less difficult to pick these enemies off. But this is one of the most elusive secrets in Resident Evil 4 ASMR. This just looks like an area where two enemies are there to ambush us. But if you look on the treasure map, there's a little symbol that there's a treasure here somewhere. It makes it look as if it's in the area on the right. But actually, this is the trick. It's a secret in this area. It's very, very easy to miss, because you have to be looking at that side of the bridge to bring yourself up with the grappling gun. This is one of the most missable treasures in the entire game. Separate ways, the beer stein. But it's funny, by not turning around when going this way, you miss the opportunity to get a valuable treasure. So it encourages you to think outside of the box. Think like Ada. Looks like there's something up there. Whereas rather with Leon, he would have to just move on ahead. Ada has the possibility of getting up to these high locations with the grappling gun. A dynamite ganado. They are dangerous enemies. But if you're quick on the draw, boom. You can use their weaponry against them by shooting it in midair. Just be careful. We've got our spider friends over here. Let's not step on them. They're not going to harm us. Won't open. The door's locked. That man should be just beyond here. This is where Louis Serra's being kept. I don't discriminate. I'm going to spare the chicken and the cows. But I don't want to hurt the spiders either. After all, innocent creatures. And after all, when we played the main story with Leon, the spider kindly pointed out a trap. As if to say, hey buddy, watch out for this. Thanks for not squishing me. Spider bros. Or spider sisters, I guess. Whoa, watch out. Lots of TMP ammo in here. Luckily, that dynamite throw was not the finest moment for that ganado. The books show extreme age. I'd love to stand here and browse through them, but I don't have time. Once again, Ada's commentary is different from Leon's. She shows a keen interest in reading. But enough about that. There's Luis Serra there. And Leon. We saw that in the main story. Chief Mendez got the upper hand against Leon and knocked him out. But as Ada, we can see where they were taking them. It just so happens Leon is close to her objective anyways, so Ada can look out for him. But her objective the entire time is to find Luis Serra. Sure, it's coincidental that Leon is near all of Ada's objectives, but she can't deny that she does it because she cares for Leon. And you'll find out later in the playthrough that that sentiment is very, very strong. She's gonna go more out of her way to help Leon, even against the wishes of our evil mastermind supervisor, Albert Wesker. Hey, spider friend. Have a nice time. And hey, bat friends. Bats! Bats! Time for a well-timed grenade. Let it cook. With the right timing, distance, and application of your weapons, any enemy in Resident Evil 4 can be handled. So we need to backtrack. See if we can find Leon or Luis. There's Ganados back in this area. Wait a minute. I recognize something familiar there, but we need to take out these Ganados before I can talk more about it. I was speaking about the tragedy of these villagers, but we're going to get into a bigger tragedy, arguably, depending on what kind of player you are. One of the biggest tragedies of Resident Evil 4. The fate of Leon's leather jacket. That really cool jacket he wears at the start of the game and loses when he's captured. We just saw Ganado wearing it. It was a nice jacket. Gone but never forgotten. There he is, the jacket thief. Sent to the Shadow Realm, jacket thief. This looks like Leon's jacket. Why is he wearing it? It would have been cool if they let Leon take that jacket, but I think she prefers dresses. She likes to do things with style, after all. But after all, she's not supposed to be in contact with Leon anyways. So we have to leave, unfortunately, the jacket behind. There's Leon there. So it didn't take too long. He's already escaped captivity. He's not far away at all.
Hay un rumor que hay un extranjero entre nosotros.
Nuestro jefe es Seperate. Dice la plaga es mucho mejor que la reina.
Tienes razón, es un hombre.
You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
What? Same blood.
A quick escape. Just in the nick of time. Ada was captured with a tranquilizer gun. I need to figure out where we are. We still have all of our equipment, which is nice. Blast these enemies with some shotgun rounds. Nighttime has arrived. We must have been out for some time, so the plagas will now spawn from the heads of the enemies. A green cat's eye, one we can use this time. This is another instance of Ada lurking in the background of Leon's story. We checked this altar out as Leon, and there was fresh blood still in the altar. Leon had no idea this was Ada's blood. How grim. So we are now in the area near where Chief Mendez fights Leon. So we need to suss out our location and find Luis Serra. Things aren't exactly going to plan, but when did they ever do? This gives us an opportunity to get more treasure, ammunition, and goodies. We just need to watch out now, because plagas can now spawn from the heads of enemies. As soon as nightfall completely arrives, the plagas are no longer hindered by solar rays. The merchant isn't here yet. The merchant must be serving Leon right now. We need to find a key to make it where Chief Mendez is. Luckily, we still have all of our equipment. Our trusty friend, the TMP, still serving us very well. And there we can see in this overlook, the castle area. No need to go there just yet. The iron key. And our friend, the merchant. Yellow medicine. Can use this to upgrade our maximum health. Welcome, lady stranger.
Good things on sale, stranger. What are you selling? Is that all?
We can sell this gold chicken egg for a good amount of cash.
Is that all, stranger?
We have a lot of healing items here, so some loose change. The ruby for taking down Dr. Salvador. Hold on to the green cat's eye to install it in the beer stein.
All, stranger?
Let's buy a scope for the semi-auto rifle. So Separate Ways is less about upgrading your weapons, and more about just obtaining them outright. There's only 5 chapters in this game mode, so it's all about getting the weapon you need exactly when you need it, rather than upgrading it at the opportune times. Rearrange our inventory a little bit. It's a little bit cluttered, so just give me a moment to sort this out. Good thing about the TMP as well, it doesn't take up too much inventory space. The only difference is we're not using the stock that Leon uses for the TMP, as the merchant doesn't sell it to us. But the TMP still got great accuracy even without the stock. The stock just puts it into the next level. Now we have a scope for the semi-auto rifle. This is an attachment we can make a lot of use out of. You can get away with just the default scope on the semi-auto rifle, but when you get this much range out of a single scope, you can see the practicality of having one. If you can free up 3 spaces in your inventory attaché case. Now, let's head to the area where Chief Mendez was, see if we can find Luis. Use the iron key we found. There's a treasure hidden in the side of this building. This is another reason why the treasure map is very useful. Easy to miss treasures can be hidden around, but being able to see them on the map. Yellow medicine as well. Red cat's eye. We need 1 more cat's eye and then we can fully upgrade the beer stein to be its maximum value. Another Bella sister. We're in close quarters as well. A Bella sister hits us. It's a 1-hit kill. Aim for the legs, slow them down. Use our semi-auto rifle. Pure firepower. Keep them on the ground. I wasn't a fan of that. Keep an eye on the Bella sister at all times. 1 hit from her, and it's over. Excellent. We took a bit of damage from a ganado there, but we can use this combination of green, red, and yellow to fully restore our health and upgrade our maximum. Using the right tactics against the right opponent at the right time will make all the difference. So we got the lift activation key, so we can get out of here. No sign of Luis, or Chief Mendez, or even Leon. So this is where having all the equipment we can comes in handy. The TMP's a great weapon, but you need the ammunition to get the max damage per second. The semi-auto rifle does lots of damage in a short space of time. It's a great way to take out a chainsaw ganado's legs, slowing them down enough you can shoot them in the head for maximum damage. All the weapons have their different utilities. The shotgun is useful against chainsaw ganados, but it can be risky, because if it doesn't send the chainsaw ganado flying, they can infiltrate your defense and take you out in a single hit. We don't want to see that. Dynamite. Boom. If you're quick on the draw, you can use an enemy's dynamite against them. So it's a blessing in disguise if you can get the timing right on. Our friend the merchant is still here. There's no new weapons, so we'll hold on to our pesetas for now, for when the time is right. Ada still has a selection of other weapons that we'll hold on to our pesetas for. The next weapon we can hopefully obtain is very useful and unique to Ada, adding more fun to this gameplay experience in separate ways ASMR. Now, let's go in the lift. Things are quiet for a moment. This is a great opportunity to explore, get some items, keep our health at its maximum, have our guns reloaded and prepared for combat. It's part of Resident Evil 4 as well, adapting to changes in your plan. At any moment, things can change. This must be where that little runt I've heard about is holed up. So Ada must have intel on Salazar as well. Can we go through this door? Won't open. It's probably locked from the other side. That's where the large number of ganados are lying in wait for Leon. So we'll have to try the other door. The one that had El Gigante inside. Hopefully, El Gigante isn't ready yet. But if El Gigante lies on the other side, we will be prepared. We have our Blacktail, TMP, semi-auto rifle, and a few grenades to help in our adventure. More TMP bullets, game rewarding us, and a typewriter if we need to save our game. Our friend the merchant again. Let's see if he's selling anything new.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you. Come back.
A little bit of loose change. We'll hold on to those pesetas for now. We'll need them for later. Ada using a trusty grappling gun to get to areas that Leon couldn't. You could see these barrels up here as Leon, but couldn't reach them. They were meant for Ada. Great way to flesh out the world of Resident Evil 4. We just need to hope that El Gigante isn't near here. We have the yellow cat's eye. We can combine these cat's eyes into the beer stein to increase its maximum value. This would be a pretty cool thing to drink out of now, wouldn't it? But it's meant to go to the merchant. He'll buy it at a high price, lady stranger. Thank you. The game's being extremely generous with ammunition. That's a warning. El Gigante must be near. Why else would the game give us so much free stuff if we weren't intended to use it? Make some inventory space. I get a feeling we're gonna empty some inventory space very soon if El Gigante is near. Still, we must be prepared. Red medicine. Let's go. There he is. El Gigante. 100 bullets, come on. We know how to destroy El Gigante, destroy the Plagas on his back. Keep the distance for now. Only come in close when we absolutely need to. Cut the Plagas from its back. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Significantly easier thanks to the semi-auto rifle. With the TMP, to expose the Plagas, and hitting it a few times with semi-auto bullets, El Gigante goes down with relative ease. All about controlling your distance and using the weapons you need at the right time.
I forgot something.
Let's look.
Guys, go on ahead. Louis.
Hey, señorita. Got a light and some smokes to go with it to make my day?
Where's the sample?
Okay, we skipped the foreplay. As a matter of fact, I was just going to get it. Just a love, baby.
Sounds like fun to me. Just hurry up.
Okay, lady. Where do you stand on all of this? Exactly what kind of group are you working for?
There are some things in the world better off not knowing. This is one of them.
Fine. I can take a hint. I don't care who you are, as long as you get rid of that old man and his religious friends.
Among all the people involved in this, Luis Serra has the least entanglements. He works for no organization, preferring to move on his own. I'm the one who told the organization of his importance. I did it because I like him. His history betrays an enthusiasm I once shared. It was a stroke of luck that I happened to intercept his email for help. It seems he can't trust the police, so he sent the email to an old friend from college. He must have thought his friend was still alive. At any rate, that's how I managed to find him. Apparently, he's been conducting his own investigation of the cult while doing research on Las Plagas. A brilliant scientist. He's accumulated a pile of data and pieced it all together. Must be why Sadler hired him. Too bad Sarah's snooping has aroused his suspicion. When I told him who I was, he practically begged to be taken into custody. He needed protection. He said, I have no love for Las Plagas or this stupid cult. I want out. I just want peace and quiet again. I ordered him to bring me a master Plaga specimen, a sample for evidence. Looks like he's one of the few people whom Sadler actually trusts. Tracking him down and getting my hands on the sample shouldn't be difficult. I doubt the cult will take kindly to his escape, though. I'll have to guide this along if I want it to go smoothly.
Ada report number 2 about Luis Serra, explaining Luis's connection with Sadler, his research in Las Plagas, and how things are connected with Ada and Albert Wesker. Now, Chapter 2 of Separate Ways is complete. Please enjoy, my friends, as we approach Chapter 3, Resident Evil 4, Separate Ways. ASMR. Let's go.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Sorry.
but following a lady's lead just isn't my style.
Put them up now.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
Leon. Long time no see.
Ada. So it is true.
True? About what?
You, working with Wesker.
I see you've been doing your homework.
Why, Ada?
What's it to you?
Why are you here? Why'd you show up like this?
See you around.
Ada!
Luis has succeeded in recovering the sample. He's waiting in the castle. Get in contact with him, ASAP.
Understood.
And that US government lapdog, Leon.
If you do happen to encounter him, put him out of commission. We can't let him interfere with our plans.
He has no idea what's going on. He's nothing we need to worry about.
He's a survivor of Raccoon City. We can do without the extra distraction. Take him out.
Leon.
Chapter 3. Retrieve the sample. We saw Ada's first proper encounter with Leon. Friendly antagonism. They never hurt one another. Albert Wesker wants otherwise. He wants Leon to be eliminated. You can tell, Ada cares for Leon and doesn't want to see that happen. We have to retrieve the sample. That takes priority over everything else. How can we rearrange this? This new item is going to be very important. Bowgun bolts. Our friend the merchant has a surprise for us.
Good things on sale, stranger. What are you selling? Is that all?
We're running out of space in our inventory. Need to make a little bit of room. These bolts have been specially treated with explosive compound.
I'll buy it at a
Sell the beer stein.
Thank you. What are you buying? Is that all, stranger?
We have the mission-free treasure map
Is that all?
and the large attaché case. We need the extra room. We don't have enough to buy the merchant's new weapon, the bowgun, a standard-issue pistol-style crossbow. It's a weapon that Leon doesn't get to possess, although it's similar to one of his weapons, the Mind Thrower. When we get enough money to afford the bowgun, I'll be buying it right away. It's a fantastic weapon and unique to Ada's playthrough in Separate Ways ASMR. But for now, we just need to make some room and get some more cash. At the end of the day, there's not much point buying a bowgun if we don't have the sufficient space to store it. Make a little bit more room. This should leave a sufficient gap after we go through some ammunition to hold the bowgun when we can eventually afford it. Excellent thing about this map, we can see where we are in this labyrinth. I'm familiar enough with labyrinths. Let's go. Cultists. Different enemy type to deal with now. They also have these plagas that will detach from their hosts and become separate enemies altogether. But they are vulnerable to flash grenades. Thing isn't dead yet, though. Once it detaches from its host, it becomes a new enemy that needs to be destroyed. If only we had that bowgun right now. We could hit this enemy that's using one as well, with deadly efficiency. Time for the semi-auto to do its work. Excellent. We don't want to get sniped at while we're wandering around this labyrinth. Don't want to deal with potential ambushes and a sniper with a bowgun. Crossbows are a weapon you don't typically get to use in games, so we're definitely going to take the opportunity to buy one from the merchant. Watch out for this plagas that will detach. It's not a very powerful enemy when detached, but it can catch you off guard if you're not prepared for it. Limited view, but at least we're fighting from a safe distance. More cultists, one with a helmet, so headshots are gonna work. That's why helmets are invented after all, protect your head. Now we're gonna be in close quarters. Let them come to us. Use the tactical advantage of the high ground. Uh-oh. Those centipede-like plagas are the most dangerous plagas that can spawn from the head, because they have the opportunity, once they get close enough, to instantly kill you, just like a chainsaw ganado. That's what keeps Resident Evil 4 so fresh on a game playthrough. There's constantly enemies, even common enemies, that can kill you in a single hit, so your tactics have to be on point. Even letting one of these guys get too close and it's game over. But Ada and Leon are prepared for this situation. They're survivors. Survivors of this Resident Evil. Two directions. Keep an eye on our side so we don't get ambushed. Nice. Damn it! They can also spit acid at you when they're still attached to their hosts. Luckily, we can increase our maximum HP. And right there is some yellow medicine. This is the danger of Resident Evil 4 ASMR. Even when you've got everything planned out right, things can still go wrong, so you have to be prepared for every eventuality. Luckily, we've got plenty of healing items. So, we're doing two things at once. We're healing ourselves and increasing our maximum health while we're at it. And the better we play at this game, the more difficult it's going to get, as the difficulty scales based on how well you're performing. Adaptive difficulty. The AI and damage of the enemies will decrease. The worse we play at the game, the more we die, the more we take damage. So, we need to watch out. We can be punished for playing too well. But that keeps it fresh and exciting. We wouldn't want things to be too easy now, would we? I want things to be easy for you, the viewer, who I thank so much for watching so far into this playthrough. I want this to be a relaxed, chilled out, entertaining and ASMR experience for you all. I want you to relax while I take it from here and clear this adventure for you. And you're by my side, helping me out in your own way. See? A little critical hit there. I feel like you were responsible for that. These little magic moments happen only when I'm recording. I don't always get that lucky with a critical headshot, but hey, thanks a lot for that, my friend. Your spirit is alongside me, guiding me in my adventures. cultist with a helmet. Great thing about the Blacktail, just like the TMP, you don't need to worry about being so accurate if you're just hitting them with 20 bullets in a row. The sheer pileup of damage is very useful. There is a treasure in this area, so we need to find a way to get onto this bridge. Another reason why buying the treasure map is so useful in the campaign. So you don't just wander by some treasure. They can give you some pesetas that help you get the right equipment and healing items exactly when you need it. Some players might need more healing items or ammunition or weapons. It's all down to however you play and what weakness you need covered by the merchant's stock of equipment. We're covered for healing items, we want to prioritize weapons. The more we can eliminate our enemies, the easier our adventure will be. Another treasure, in this room where Leon and Ada first met. Gotta love the logic of Leon as well. That silly government agent. Having an attraction to Ada, of course. She's very beautiful. But blatantly saying to Ada, "So, you're working for Wesker," and he totally still has a thing for her. Can't help the way we feel, I guess. That's it. Albert Wesker wants Ada next time she encounters Leon to eliminate him. So Ada's gonna have to do our best to avoid encountering Leon. Otherwise, she's gonna have one hell of an explanation for Wesker, who has no hesitation to destroy his subordinates who disobey him. He is the main antagonist of Resident Evil, after all. You don't want to get in his path. You're either with him or against him. Continuing on in Chapter 3 of Separate Ways ASMR. Bowgun. Out of blacktail bullets. But we've got plenty of TMP ammo. That's how great this weapon is. Even without the stock, we're still getting very accurate shots with it. Let's not get in an arranged fight with the TMP. Grotesque. It's coming for us. Come on. That Plagas is most dangerous when it's still attached to its host. This can spit acid at you that can do a lot of damage. Damn it. Get away from us. This area, Leon could only access through cooperation with Ashley, whereas Ada can just use her grappling gun and get in there, no problem at all. An hourglass of gold decorations, and shotgun ammo. I think later on they're going to restock this treasure. I can't get it open. How odd. That area hosts the broken butterfly, so either it hasn't been placed in that treasure chest yet, or Leon has already helped himself. A weapon that Leon definitely appreciates. No hidden treasures on the ceiling. A good amount of pesetas for taking out these enemies in red cloaks, though. Good thing about playing the main campaign, you get a familiarity with the area. We have explored the village, the island, the castle, so we know where the little hidden areas are that we can go peeking around for extra treasure. can't get it open. How odd. Get some tactical reloads in. We have less than 100 bullets in the TMP right now. We're gonna go back where we came from. If you look on the map here, we can take this path to our objective. We're gonna go the other way, because there's a treasure left in that area we bumped into Leon. In fact, let's see if we can go this way. See if the door's locked. While the map tells us the door's open, it might not be the case. Rifle ammo. We like that. Oh, our friend the merchant. Hey there, handsome. You have something we want. A bowgun. We should have enough pesetas by now to afford it. Think it's time to spend our savings.
Good things on sale, stranger. What are you selling?
Yeah, we've got enough. Let's make some more cash while we're here.
What are you buying?
Using the treasures we find to buy our next weapon, the bowgun. It's a weird fit in the attaché case, but it's absolutely worth the investment. The best way I can describe the bowgun is we have the mine thrower that Leon uses. It's very cheap and gimmicky. Not everyone likes the mine thrower because it's an explosive with a timer, so it can be dangerous to use. After all, not only will you need cash, but you'll need guts to use that weapon, mate. However, the bowgun is like the mine thrower, but better. It's an explosive round that just instantly detonates, and it's very accurate. So basically, even though it's a crossbow, it functions pretty much as a grenade launcher. A fantastic weapon to have in a game like this, where enemies spawn in large numbers. So, if we find an enemy with a bowgun, we finally get to give them a taste of their own medicine. Watch this. Very effective. No delays, you don't need to plan. Just make sure the enemy is a safe distance away, and it instantly blows them up. This ammunition type is very rare, however. This weapon pretty much acts as the equivalent of the mine thrower, but it's actually more equivalent to a magnum. A high-power weapon with a rare ammunition type. So use it only when the right moment is there. We can't go spraying and praying with a crossbow, so we do need to manually load it every time we fire. Now we're in this area that we found Leon. There's a treasure hiding in here, so we might as well grab it while we're here. It's very well hidden though. Even though the map tells us it's around this area, you need to go looking around to see where it is. Can you spot it, my friends? Can you see where the treasure in this area is hiding? Not to worry if you can't, I'll find it. Bowgun bolts. See, we're rewarded for going in this area. A rare ammunition type. The treasure is hidden somewhere around this bed. Look up there, a shiny object. Elegant perfume bottle. Just a straight up valuable item to sell to the merchant. Lovely. That makes up for the money that we spent to get the bowgun, so we can keep ourselves well supplied. You never know when we might need this bowgun. A dessert to cherish our remaining years. I admit dessert sounds good right about now. So Ada apparently likes reading and dessert. A woman of cultured taste. We have this area I recall being a trap. And even though we did our best to avoid it last time, this happened. A Garador. We need to get out of this area quick. We do not want to be near a Garador at close range. Destroy the door. Get out quick. Use the bars to our advantage. Garador is attracted by noises, being a blind creature. We don't want to stay in the same location too long. Its weak spot is on its back. Damn it. Stay away from the Garador. Using their trap to our advantage. Using the bars to keep ourselves safe. Oh, it's through the door. Watch out. Enemies are going to continually spawn, encouraging us to make noise. Garador's getting a closer idea of where we are. Be very, very quiet. Hunting Galadors. This guy's spawning here just to make us make noise. To bring the bigger enemy closer to us. There's no items to distract him with. So we just need to use misdirection. Bowgun being very effective. Only go in close when we can afford to. Misdirection is the key to taking down Garador. He's tanky, can take a lot of damage. That's a lot of bullets. Whew, close call. Playing a dangerous game at the moment. Well-timed shot. Back exposed. Stay out of range, but don't sprint, because then he'll know where we are. This is taking a hell of a lot of ammunition, but we've finally done it. Garador drops a ruby, a very useful item to sell to the merchant. And we got some bowgun bolts. Why is this empty chest sitting here? Maybe I should take a closer look. There's an indentation at the bottom that triggers the trap. We can put this hourglass we found in the area the broken butterfly was. Next area. We hear someone. There's only a few people that could be using guns.
Leon, I'm sorry, but I can't be seen with you.
There's Leon over there. Unfortunately, we can't help him. At least not directly. Wesker is watching. We can help Leon a little bit without directly interacting with him. An elegant chessboard. This is one of those treasures I would actually keep for myself if it was real life. But we have to sell it to the merchant. We have no time to play chess, especially when Leon's in danger. If Leon sees me now, I would have to finish him off. Ada doesn't want that. Whoa! An ambush. Shield enemies. Let's just get out of the way. Close the distance. And then make some distance. Get the enemies in a row. What can we do? What can we do? Shotgun. Take out the main defense, the shield. Going through the enemy ranks, gradually. Sorry, Leon. You're on your own for this one, unfortunately. Leon's a survivor. He'll make it. Bowgun Ganado. Watch out for this. It makes sense as well, though, how Leon never notices Ada when she's nearby. He's too busy firing his gun to hear that there's someone else firing one nearby. Let's go. See what lies ahead. We have to go forward and find and retrieve the sample. Can hear Ashley. She must still be trapped in that device she fell into.
Leon! I got it.
Now that I have the sample, you serve me no purpose.
Sadler!
My boy Salazar will make sure you follow the same fate.
Stay with me, Louis.
I am a researcher, hired by Sadler. He found out what I was up to.
Don't talk.
Here. It should suppress growth of the parasite. The sample. Sadler took it. You have to get it back.
Louis! Louis!
Unfortunately, a bit too late.
Did you retrieve the sample?
No, Sadler has it.
There will be another time. Have you had a chance to eliminate Leon?
Not yet.
If that's the case, then maybe we can capitalize on his little lucky streak. Take advantage of the distraction he is causing for Sadler and his followers to retrieve the sample.
Jack Krauser has been the subject of extensive study and research by the organization. His skills and personality have been tested both on and off the battlefield. If he weren't the best, he would become a liability that would jeopardize the rest of us. My conclusion? He's a great soldier. No more, no less. As long as he's well compensated, he shouldn't cause any problems for us. If he does start to get restless, I can take care of him. I've studied his combat style and can deal with that arm of his if necessary. Krauser answers directly to Wesker, and it was Wesker who decided that Krauser should be sent to spy on the cult. He also decided to send me along. I wonder if it wasn't to keep an eye on Krauser. No doubt, Krauser has already fallen to the temptation of Las Plagas and the power they represent. This could have dire consequences for the organization. On some level, however, this may be a necessary development, as his role is to disrupt this farce of a play. That said, the stage and its players will ultimately come crashing down in the end. Bad luck for him. But he'll play the patsy in the end and take the fall for all of us. That's why I need to make sure things keep going exactly as they are.
Jack Krauser. Ada's been researching and been given intel that Jack Krauser's given in to Las Plagas. He could be a threat we might have to deal with. Or perhaps Leon instead. Let's find out as we continue Separate Ways ASMR. Please enjoy as we begin Separate Ways ASMR, Chapter 4.
What's the news on our friend, Leon?
He's not making it easy. The sample?
Sadler's got it. It seems he sniffed out our little game.
Perfect.
Just so we understand each other clearly, I don't trust you, nor does Wesker. If you try to do anything clever, I will kill you.
Is that so? You know, I met Wesker long before you.
We'll see soon enough if you did.
Yeah, we'll see.
Quite a jolly mess he's made, that Leon, but all for the better. Sadler's people have fallen into a panic. Their destruction is only a matter of time now.
Once he gets Ashley back, his job will be finished. He'll no longer be a factor.
No, I'm leaving Leon to Krauser. Hurry up and retrieve the sample.
Maybe you forgot, Wesker. I don't always play by your rules.
Chapter 4. Stop Leon's assassination. We see the knife's edge right there, with Krauser in its reflection. Leon has a beautiful guardian angel, doesn't he? Ada still cares deeply for Leon. Let's speak to the merchant.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you buying? Is that all?
We'll buy the Mission 4 treasure map. Quite a few pesetas left. Sell the elegant chessboard and the perfume bottle. These pesetas will come in handy later on. The pace of this chapter is going to pick up significantly. Krauser has been dispatched by Albert Wesker to eliminate Leon. So, Ada and our own personal mission against Wesker's intentions is to save Leon. Shield enemies. Ada's shotgun should make this quite easy. Main priority is getting rid of the enemy's defenses. But watch out, there are still plagas that can spawn from the head of enemies. Now we need to fight island-based enemies which are more militarized. But thanks to our friend the merchant, we have a more military arsenal. A powerful shotgun, a TMP, a bowgun exclusive to Ada, and her blacktail. And of course our trusty grappling gun, unique to Ada. The things Ada goes through to help Leon, while pretending she's not interested. A barrel over there. Could have something useful inside. How do we get to it? Willing to bet it's the hook shot. Rifle ammunition. Excellent. Besides the bowgun, it's the heaviest hitting weapon in our arsenal at the moment. We need to get a move on and save Leon. We don't know if he can survive this encounter with Krauser. Krauser is Leon's equal, but powered by Las Plagas. Leon's a tough guy, but it can't hurt to have a guardian angel looking over your shoulder. A guardian angel in a red dress, that is. A Road Warrior style enemy. Whether you're thinking of the movie Mad Max, or the legendary tag team of the World Wrestling Federation, the style is unmistakable. A golden link so we can see beyond the wreckage. We need to find some way to get that. We need all the pesetas we can get for health, weapons, and other items from our friend the merchant. We'll make liberal use of our TMP here to weaken Ganados. They are quite durable, though. The TMP, while useful, is not the highest damaging weapon unless we use a lot of ammunition in the process. So we have to be very tactical about how we use it. Enemy is dead, but it lingers on in death for a few moments. The great satisfying thing about the shotgun in Resident Evil 4... Damn it! That was almost the end right there. Never underestimate these enemies, even for a moment. That's why the shotgun is very useful. In a game where there's a lot of enemies, even a single one slipping through your defenses can cause mission failure. This is another reason we need to keep continually upgrading Ada's maximum HP, to lessen the chances that any of those stray hits could be a one-hit kill. Even moves that are not directly a one-hit kill can still seriously jeopardize our mission. But we're going to use this hook shot here to move to safety for now. We'll use this semi-auto rifle to send this bowgun enemy to the Shadow Realm. Luckily, the invincibility frame saved us there. Let's get the shotgun back out. Clear some room. get rid of the shield the enemy has. Grenades are very satisfying in this game also. They feel special because you have to find them. You can't buy them from the merchant. So you have to pick the exact perfect moment to use them. Another hammer-wielding enemy. They are still susceptible to a good headshot, though. Got lucky there. Let's see if we can find a way to this golden lynx. It'll come in handy. Yellow medicine. We are rewarded for our exploration yet again. Golden lynx. Climb up here. Very easily missable. Bowgun bolts. This is the closest thing Ada gets to finding magnum ammunition. Although, with the bowgun bolts, it's much more forgiving in terms of quantity. Would have been cool if Ada got a revolver-style weapon, but maybe that's not our style. Perhaps grappling guns, bowguns, are more of her thing. End of the day, the characters have to be unique in their own distinctive ways. Can't just have everyone use the same arsenal as Leon, after all. This is what's going to make a future game mode we play even more satisfying when you see the difference between characters. Let's keep moving on to stop Leon's assassination. A battleship. TMP ammunition. Even more. Combine the medicine to make the space we need to hold on to all the items. Let's do a tactical reload here while things are quiet. As I always say, when things are this quiet in a survival horror game, it's foreshadowing. Something lies ahead. And with there being a battleship there, I have a feeling that's going to come into play. Let's take the bowgun, advance forwards, and see what lies ahead for Ada. It's a gun battery. Requires activation key to activate. Go figure. There it is. It looks like we're gonna need it. The Ganados are manning the battleship. We need to take cover, and quick. Bowgun, don't fail us now. The great advantage of the bowgun over the mine thrower is that instant explosion, which just saves us there in a pinch. Machine gun fire. Need to grab that activation key and get her out of the way. Handgun ammunition. Alright, Ada. It's time to use this artillery weapon. This turret is very effective at destroying its foes. Made it out just in time. It's a shame. Would have been cool if we kept using it to destroy the Ganados before we approach. We wouldn't want things to be too easy now, would we? Our exit is blocked. Take out the bowgun enemies first. Those guys do a hell of a lot of damage, and it's a very fast fire rate. It's like fighting ourselves to a degree. First aid spray. Leave it behind for now. We're gonna need this ammunition we're holding on to. It's a battlefield next to a battleship, after all. Can we combine this? Yes, we can. So if we take damage, we can increase our maximum HP while we're at it. Let's keep going. Use our sniper rifle. A powerful and valuable tool to have. Plug us. Let's finish them off. There's no way Ada can deny that she cares for Leon when she's going through all this trouble to help him out. An admirer in a red dress. If only Leon knew the length she's going through to help him out. If you're gonna have someone significant in your life, find someone that's willing to take on a battleship for you. I'm not gonna get off this lift just yet. Use it to peek at the surroundings, see if any enemies are lurking and hiding. Looks mostly clear for now. Although, the music indicates that's not going to change. At least not right away. 100 TMP bullets? Let's get a move on. Leon could be in serious trouble with Krauser for all we know. Bowgun enemies. Even a single TMP bullet can stall them for a few seconds. Invaluable. And our own bowgun is quite more explosive than the regular Ganado's bowgun. It might get to a point we might need to just run past enemies. We can't tell if they're going to infinitely spawn until we reach a certain point. Tactical reload. Tango down. Can still hear Ganados in the background. Let's keep moving forward while it's safe enough. Bowgun bolts. This game mode is definitely more generous with handing these to us instead of the mine darts or the magnum ammunition. There's only 5 chapters after all, but they're action-packed. Look at the effectiveness of the bowgun right there. Taking out a handful of Ganados in a single shot. The only danger of the bowgun is don't shoot the enemies too close. Otherwise you can damage yourself. Eradicate the shield from the equation. Dynamite. Time this. As soon as it leaves the Ganado's hand, it can be detonated against them. Have to leave the red medicine behind for now. We have plenty of first aid spray anyways. Uh-oh. That's not very nice. Yep, looks like the enemy's going for overkill. Let's get the hell out of the way, and quick. 5 turrets. Let's get to safety with our hook shot. A red activation key. Looks like we need to find another turret. No point fighting those turrets head-on with our conventional weapons. Pandemonium around here. And to think Leon doesn't even know all this hell Ada is going through right now. Use the red activation key. Time for turret versus turret. Oh, wait a minute, this is a cannon. Excellent. Just the weapon we need to take down this warship. Slow fire rate, but devastating power. take out the Ganados with this thing while we're at it. Clear a path. The timer's counting down. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Let's keep this going. Reload while we're on this lift that's moving. Almost just under 2 minutes left. We need to get out of here, and quick. Just run past them. No time to screw around and explore. We just need to get out of here. Damn it. This is perfect time to use our combination of green, yellow, and red medicine. Health back to its maximum, which is slightly increased thanks to the yellow medicine. Now, use the blacktail. TMP ammo. Wonderful. We're always gonna need that. Dynamite. Quick draw. Enemy sent to the Shadow Realm. So the countdown was for this battleship sinking. Find yourself a love interest that's willing to sink a battleship. All for your own safety. Okay, things are quiet now. Let's take a moment to recover. More bowgun bolts. Hello, lady stranger.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you buying? What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you.
Hold on to the golden links for now. We can insert some other treasures into it to make it much more valuable.
Cut back any time.
I think it's time to make more liberal use of the blacktail. It's that nice mix between the fire rate of the TMP and a little bit more power. It's an excellent weapon to have. It's your basic weapon, but it serves you very well. But things are getting serious now. The Ganados are intelligent enemies. Using flails, shields, crossbows, explosives. They're not just mindless zombies. They're getting tactical, so we need to do that ourselves. Another bowgun user. Get rid of him first. Bowgun. We need to be quick and decisive with disposing of these enemies. Must be locked from the other side. Well-timed explosive barrel. Enemies everywhere. A head plug us. A shield. Lot to process. Just in the nick of time. This is where the sheer utility of the semi-auto rifle is really being demonstrated. If I was using the regular bolt-action rifle, it would be very decisive. However, that small reload could have led to me being attacked. A bowgun user. Taste of your own medicine. Get a reload in here. Even though there's lots of enemies getting thrown at us, it means a lot of pesetas and items to pick up. All down to luck whatever we receive. We can see on the Mission 4 treasure map there is a treasure somewhere on this little bridge. This walkway, in fact. Somewhere on our left. The green stone of judgment. We can attach this to the golden links to increase its maximum value. Any more treasure in this area? No. Let's focus on just getting the hell out of here. Leon needs us. What were Leon's words? Try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters. The knife is an invaluable tool in itself. Never runs out of ammunition after all. Just gotta pick the right moment to use it. Red medicine. Hold on to our ammunition for now. We got my white tiger in the background rooting us on. Come on, go save Leon, is that what you're saying? What are you trying to tell us? Yeah, we should go save Leon. Flash grenade, very useful. Yellow medicine, extremely useful. The shotgun is taking up the majority of the space in our inventory. But it's good to always have shotgun shells to clear a room, break shields, and just give you that little bit of breathing room you desperately need. Damn it. Come on. Speaking of breathing room, we need to heal. Use this flash grenade to make some space. Disorient the enemies for a moment. It's this one stray bowgun enemy we need to watch out for. We got hit while we were aiming for them. Ah, I see you. The only healing items we have is green and yellow medicine, but we can't use that to recover health. This is the area where Ashley was kidnapped by Sadler. There's 2 treasures in this area. The Red Stone of Faith. Bowgun bolts. Things are quite tense. We're injured at the moment. We need a healing item if we can get one. A single green medicine will allow us to recover our health and increase our maximum. There's got to be something around here. More bowgun bolts. Very useful. I'd like to get some healing items. I don't like sitting on this level of health at the moment. We need to be very cautious. Even a single hit at this current stage could kill us. So sorry, Ada, you gotta grit your teeth through the pain. I can hear a taser, a stun rod in the background. don't want to get hit by that. There's an item on our right. I have a plan. These shield enemies are durable. We can lure them out. Get our backs against the wall. Green medicine. Excellent. We can mix this to recover our health. Just what we needed. More comfortable now. However, we don't have any more healing items, so we still need to exercise caution. Plug us. Use a flash grenade to instantly destroy him. Check and see if there's anything in this room. Another flash grenade. Some handgun ammunition. We got plenty of shotgun shells, might as well use them. Yellow medicine. Oh no, it's green. I went colorblind for a moment, apologies. Thanks to the treasure map, we knew that this blue stone for the golden links was sitting on the roof. Extremely easy to miss. This will be very useful to trade into the merchant for some pesetas. A fully completed golden links can buy us some first aid spray. That's the one deficiency we have in our inventory at the moment. Of course, the sheer amount of enemies they've been throwing at us. No wonder. Come on, we need to go and find Leon. Every second could count. We can hear him. Let's get up here, see what's happening.
Talk. Die, comrade. Ada! Well, if it isn't the bitch in the red dress.
Looks like we have the upper hand here.
You may be able to prolong your life, but it's not like you can escape your inevitable death, is it?
You knew each other?
More or less. Maybe it's about time you told me the reason why you're here.
Maybe some other time. Leon S. Kennedy. Perhaps the most essential part of this mission. This story wouldn't be complete without him and his formidable survival skills. He has what it takes to survive against overwhelming odds. I've seen him do it before. And he's improved since then. Practically a genius. He has smarts and he knows how to use them. On top of that, his service as a government agent has toughened him up. I'll work behind the scenes to make him think he's the primary player here, though it may be naive of me to think that'll be easy. Considering the involvement of both Sadler and Krauser, the possibility of unforeseen problems is there. But I need him in a supporting role for me to achieve my goals. I'll do whatever it takes to keep him in his place and make this all go smoothly. Of course, his role didn't exist at all until a few months ago. Back then, my role was much simpler too. But that was before the president's daughter was abducted and Leon was dispatched alone to find her. Talk about a major script revision. I don't think I need to worry. Leon's been through worse and always comes up smelling like roses. His consistent luck is part of the reason why I have absolute and unshakable faith in my vision of what's in store for him.
Ada Report number 4. Now get ready as we conclude Separate Ways ASMR. Chapter 5. Leon's assassination has been stopped, but Ada still has our mission to complete. Please enjoy, my friends, as we finish Separate Ways ASMR.
Report. Time is almost up.
Krauser's dead.
Really? Leon doesn't die easily. That's fine. We can use him to clean up Sadler for us. We'll let them fight it out. Neither one of them will manage to come out unharmed.
Easier said than done.
Either way, it's your job to clean up what's left of them when the fight is over. Don't forget who is running the show. Whatever happens, we can't let either of them live to see tomorrow. Our goal is to retrieve the sample. Take out anything that might interfere with our plans.
Chapter 5. Our mission since the very beginning. Obtain the sample. We are now in the final stretch of the island area, but now we are playing as Ada. Get ready for war. Let's reload our weaponry. Blacktail, TMP, shotgun, semi-auto rifle.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. What are you buying?
Mission 5 treasure map, purchase that. And a large, extra large attaché case. Also, it's time to purchase some first aid spray. I think we're going to need it. It's the final chapter of Separate Ways, and who knows what could happen. Sell the golden links. This will give us more than enough cash. We might not need the first aid spray, but it's good to be prepared just in case for any eventuality. As I said before, the enemies are more militarized. Leon is in the background with Mike, wreaking havoc upon the Los Illuminados. There's 4 pieces of treasure here. I'm willing to bet it's an item with free items that can be attached to it. Now we can be fully aggressive. This is the final stretch of Ada finding the sample. Here's one of the island's mini-bosses, JJ. The key to surviving JJ is to immobilize him before he can start his minigun. A well-timed headshot with a powerful weapon will stagger him for a few moments. It takes a moment for the minigun to start firing, so you need to stop him before that happens. Uh-oh. JJ goes down. This is why purchasing this bowgun was an invaluable idea. More first aid spray. Use Ada's unique hook shot to reach treasures and items that Leon would otherwise miss. Rifle ammo and more bowgun bolts. We're going to need these. The blue eye. It's the rarest item in the game, pretty much. It's a very, very low drop rate from the Novistados, and we needed to complete a butterfly lamp, an item that is a valuable treasure. So we need to find a butterfly lamp and the green and red eyes. Take cover. The Ganados have shields, flails, bowguns, and many other weapons that are a danger to us. Dynamite. We can use that to our advantage. Of course, you have to be quick on the draw to pull that off, which is not always the case. Still, advance towards our objective. Yellow medicine. Ada's maximum health isn't quite at Leon's. But given that it's 5 chapters instead of several that Leon has, that's a given. And these enemies do a lot of damage. Even a simple Ganado can be a threat to us. We have to eliminate with every weapon in our arsenal, use our environment to our advantage, and be prepared with healing items in case of an emergency. Take our trusty TMP with us for crowd control. Very useful as well at dealing with dynamite. If you miss the dynamite, you at least have several more bullets that can potentially hit it and detonate it in mid-flight. The way we came in is blocked. We're trapped in here. But this is why the shotgun is our friend here. Give us room to breathe. Well-timed hand grenade. A mixture of all of our weapons. Excellent, lots of TMP ammunition. Don't need to worry too much about accuracy. Lots of Ganados. Take a moment to reload. Almost. The shotgun thrives at close range. As it should. Very satisfying weapon to use when you're overwhelmed. The plus side to taking on so many enemies, besides getting strangled, you're unfortunate there, is that these enemies drop lots and lots of items in pesetas, excuse me. The door's finally opened. Let's get out of here, quickly. Use our environment to our advantage. Eliminate our foes. Bowgun enemy. No point wasting blacktail ammunition on a single Ganado. But we need to get over there to activate that switch. How great is the bowgun as a weapon? The mine thrower without the delay. The closest thing in this game you can get to a grenade launcher. Now that would be a satisfying weapon to use. Of course, the grenade launcher does become a weapon in future Resident Evil games. There wasn't much need for that Ada, that little backflip, but she's quite showy, isn't she? She likes to show off. No wonder Leon can't get enough of her. Continue to our objective. A fortified area. Just like with Leon, they've locked the door. Need to watch out for ambushes in these enclosed areas. After all, a single Ganado can still take around half of our health. And that would be even more lethal if we hadn't been consuming yellow medicine consistently throughout this series. Reload while it's safe. I can hear lots of bowgun bolts being fired. Stay in cover until we can see the enemies shooting at us. Just like when we use the bowgun, however, you have to manually reload, which is your time to strike. Stay in cover until we know where the enemy is. Conveniently placed barrels. Another JJ. We need to take cover, quick. JJ can do a lot of damage. Need to immobilize him with a headshot, quick. If you don't immobilize him with a headshot, he will still keep firing. Even when he's taking damage, he's a tank. But even he can only take so much. This is where the lack of having a Magnum-type weapon becomes apparent in Ada's inventory, separating the difference between her and Leon. She has a lot of Leon's equipment, the semi-auto rifle, the TMP, and the Blacktail. But our most powerful weapon is the bowgun and the semi-auto rifle. Whereas with Leon, we could just take the Magnum, we could save that for a special occasion, and destroy mini-boss monsters. Or just take out a normal Ganado with ease. Would have been cool if Ada got some kind of Magnum weapon. But hey, it's only 5 chapters, and we can still take down another JJ, as long as we play our cards right. After all, the heart of the cards is always with us. Whoops. One more ought to do it. Let's do it with style. Nice. 12 bowgun bolts. Make that 14. Nice reward for taking down JJ. Keep on progressing in our mission to obtain the sample from Sadler. This is the area where Mike was shot down, and I'm willing to bet this is the guy responsible. Let's take revenge for Mike. Farewell. Mike's helicopter was taken down by an RPG blast. I'm willing to bet that was the Ganado responsible. It was by Sadler's side. At least Mike is avenged. Even though Ada doesn't know it. It's good to tie up these little loose ends from the main storyline. You get to find out what happened to Leon's jacket, destroy the Ganado that was responsible for shooting down Mike, as well as other loose ends and plot explanations that you can see from Ada's perspective, but not necessarily Leon's. This is what makes Separate Ways a great little submission to play. A full game mode with 5 chapters. And it's been going on for quite a while now. We are more than 2 hours into this playthrough of Separate Ways ASMR. It's quite extensive. Treasure collection, weapon assimilation, fighting Ganados, and choosing your own playstyle to tackle this helicopter wreckage. It looks American. What happened here? Sorry, Mike. He knew a good bar. This is when things are getting really serious. Leon is getting closer and closer to Sadler and rescuing Ashley, and Ada is drawing ever so closer to the elusive sample that Albert Wesker is obsessed with obtaining. These enemies only spawn when you go for this treasure. We are well prepared for any eventuality, though. One well-timed hand grenade. Uh-oh, that's not good. Our go-to for taking care of Plaga's heads. Creepy how they keep walking forward for a few steps before they finally fall to the ground. Nice little touches like that make you feel uneasy when you're playing. It's great to have those in horror survival type games, just to give you that little moment of doubt. Like, did I win? Is it over yet? Shotgun shells, handgun ammunition. We've gotten all the treasure we can find so far, but there's still a few more left. Let's keep progressing forwards. An easy-to-miss treasure behind us. 3 bowgun bolts in this crypt here.
Leon, you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, Ada.
We have to get that parasite out of your body.
Yeah. But before that, I gotta save Ashley.
Fine. Let's split up.
Leon still has the parasite in his body, and for a moment it took control, leading to a less than desirable moment between Leon and Ada.
Welcome.
Welcome, lady stranger.
Good things on sale, stranger. What are you buying? Come back anytime.
What's in here? How disgusting. No way I'm touching that. The fact we don't know what's inside that bag I'd like to think that what's inside that bag, as gruesome and grisly as it is... No, it's not an egg. Egg. But... I'd like to think it's a regenerator. It's sliced off parts of a regenerator that still wriggle in their own. It could be an arm or a leg. Or even a limbless regenerator in that bag, struggling to get free. But there's no way Ada's touching that. Classic life avoidance technique. Close the door, pretend it doesn't exist. Let's just hope there aren't regenerators around here. We don't have a thermal scope like Leon. Flash grenade or semi-auto? Hold on to the flash grenades for now. Sadler's cruel experiments. This area reminds me of the Tower of Latria from Demon Souls. A horrifying dungeon, people caged, and experimentation run amok. A horrifying situation to be in. A regenerator. This dead body is sickening. Especially the mouth. I can't look at it for any longer. Is it going to spring to life? Boo! Nah, just kidding. I think this one's going to stay down. Normally in a horror movie, that's when the thing jumps out at you. But I think we're good this time. The green eye. Excellent. Ada showing off again. Very acrobatic and flexible, isn't she? Once again, no wonder Leon loves her. Things are way too quiet right now. I can sense someone watching us. But who could it be? Krauser.
Oh, Krauser. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun when I reported you dead to Wesker. Think of all the paperwork I would have to fill out if you were to show up alive.
Krauser isn't finished yet. We have to fight Krauser as Ada. We fought Krauser before, and Ada has intel on how to defeat him. This arm is incredibly powerful. A constant danger to us. It's the small arena we're fighting on is the big problem. Krauser's weakness is at the legs. But he guards it well with his arm shield. Must be very cautious.
Come on.
This small area we're fighting in is a danger to us. Very much a melee combatant. Need to aim for his legs, so his arm shield drops. You can hear Leon fighting in the background. Krauser's one weakness is the weapon he loves most. The knife. If we can take him down similar to as we did with Leon. Come on. One more.
thing you have there. But I don't like it when men play rough.
Farewell, Krauser. You are a worthy adversary. However, if you keep watching this Resident Evil 4 ASMR series, we haven't quite seen the end of Jack Krauser. You'll find him in a future episode of Resident Evil 4 ASMR, in quite an interesting form. It's a great touch to add, a character that's so obsessed with fighting with the knife, and that's ultimately his greatest weakness. He is very susceptible to knife attacks, even when playing as Ada. His chest area is weak to the knife. Of course, taking down a Plagas-imbued super soldier with just merely a knife is a ballsy move, to say the least. But it's one of your best strategies if you can pull it off.
Things on sale, stranger. What are you buying?
We need to be fully prepared.
What are you selling?
As I said, anything can pop up at any time.
I'll buy it at a high price. Is that all?
Krauser's definitely going down this time. We still have Sadler to worry about, though.
You'll soon harbor an awesome power. Yet it seems you would rather choose death.
I'm taking Ashley back, whether you like it or not.
Ah, the audacity of youth.
Leon, now!
That's not good.
Move!
Let's go.
Sadler. This is the one fight we never got in the main story of Resident Evil 4 ASMR. A fight with Lord Sadler before morphing into his final Plagas form. Sadler's one of the most dangerous opponents in the game. He has a large variety of moves at his disposal, and he can absorb an unbelievable amount of punishment. He's one of the most difficult foes we'll have to face. But we have to overcome it. We have to complete our mission. He can absorb your bullets. Get out of the way. He can tank incredible amounts of damage. Fire your own bullets back at yourself. Attack from a range and jump up and down the arena. Be very careful when fighting Sadler. Even our bowgun, the most powerful weapon at our disposal at the moment, is merely making him flinch. This is where all this first aid spray is going to get used, I think. Have to keep damaging him. Even the semi-auto rifle is barely making him flinch. Come on, come on. He can close the gap very fast. It's the confidence he walks with. He knows how powerful he is. This fight seems hopeless. No challenge cannot be overcome if we use the right strategy. We need to keep our distance at all times. Time our movements to avoid his attacks, which are doing a lot of damage to us. Use every weapon we have. This is the leader of the Los Illuminados, so it makes sense he would be the most powerful. Barely more than flinching coming from him. Such an incredibly dangerous foe. Oh no! Get away from us. Stabbing him in the eye. That was too close for comfort. Just as well we bought that first aid spray. If we can make him reveal his weak spot, the eye from his mouth, we can stab him for major damage. It's the only move that's really making him react. We're using up our resources very quickly. Come on. Now's a chance. Come on, Ada, you can do this.
Thank you. This is going to be hard to explain at customs.
The sample, but Sadler isn't down yet.
Ada!
Better try a new trick, cause that one's getting old. You okay?
I've been better.
What's so funny?
Oh, I think you know. The American prevailing is a cliché that only happens in your Hollywood movies. Oh, Mr. Kennedy, you entertain me. To show my appreciation, I will help you awaken from your world of clichés.
Ada, stand back.
It's time to end this. Lord Sadler's final form. Look. Ashley saw Ada. And Ada sees the RPG. This explains why Ashley knew who Ada was. We can't help Ada. Team up with Leon here. Explosive charges. 2 minutes. We need to get to that RPG and help Leon defeat Sadler. He's going to need that RPG. We have 2 minutes to reach the RPG before the explosives go off. while Leon is fighting the final battle. Ada has 2 minutes before this place goes up. Even outside of his final form, Sadler is an incredibly dangerous opponent. In gameplay terms, he is more dangerous in his base form than his final form. We need to keep moving. Leon needs our help. Just in the nick of time. Almost less than a minute left. No time to explore here, less than a minute. Let's keep moving. Will we make it in time? An RPG. Eliminated. The clock is ticking, keep moving. Leon fighting Sadler over there. Another RPG. 20 seconds. Come on, Ada. Pull this off. Let's combine our efforts and give Leon what he needs.
Use this.
Lord Sadler is finally defeated. The sample.
Sorry, Leon. Hand it over.
Ada, you do know what this is.
Don't worry. I'll take good care of it.
Ada!
Here, catch. Better get a move on. See you around.
Breathe a sigh of relief as light approaches, signaling the end of Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways ASMR. Thank you very much for making it to the end of this mini ASMR mission in Resident Evil. Separate Ways is a fascinating game mode. 5 chapters playing as a completely different character in Ada, with our own unique gameplay quirks and her own personality that we get to expand more on. Her protectiveness of Leon, her care for him, and also wrapping up loose ends from the story, such as Ashley spotting her at the last second, wondering who she is, what happened to Jack Krauser, and seeing the secrecy and master plot of Albert Wesker behind the scenes orchestrating everything that is happening. I hope you have enjoyed Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways ASMR. Such a game mode would be a DLC nowadays, but back when this game was originally released, to have something like this is truly an additional pleasure. Thank you for watching. Separate Ways ASMR. Now you can buy a Chicago typewriter from the merchant. A bonus weapon. I'll show it off for you sometime. A fantastic bonus weapon that both Ada and Leon can use. And so draws to a close. Resident Evil 4, Separate Ways, ASMR. However, Resident Evil 4 ASMR is far from complete, and I hope you will enjoy and join us as we explore even more additional modes in this wonderful survival horror game. Separate Ways is cleared, but we have still to complete the bonus mode, Assignment Ada, and the Mercenaries before we conclude this series. I am Alakazam ASMR, and thank you very much for your time. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you next time. Adios, my friends.
It wasn't easy, but I'd say the mission was a success. Getting my hands on the sample was my initial objective, after all. But I've sent Wesker a different present, just as the organization ordered. Pretending to work with him was entertaining. Albert Wesker. I wonder where he's headed next. Something tells me this whole affair has just been a taste of what he's got in store. To him, Umbrella represented power. He used it to hide behind while he made plans of his own. And now the Umbrella's been folded. With the sanctuary of their old Umbrella ruined, those in power struggle to erect a new one. They are aware of their own crookedness and deceit as they engage in their personal war of light and darkness. That's why Wesker will stop at nothing in opening his new Umbrella. The giant pharmaceutical corporation S maintains medical and drug facilities the world over. We know for certain that Wesker has been in contact with them following Umbrella's demise. There's no doubt we'll next hear from him there. The organization must remain vigilant. But Wesker's not stupid. He knows exactly what the organization is thinking. He and I still have time to continue our little game of cat and mouse before the next move is played. This mission may be over, but the battle is just beginning.